I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. Up first tonight, the search for a new Tuscaloosa County Schools superintendent. Details are in our top story tonight at 5 o'clock. Now, as we have reported, Dr. Frank Costanzo will retire in March. Monday, the board met to look at who will serve in his place while they search for a new leader. According to the school board attorney, Ray Ward, some former superintendents are being considered for the interim position. Under the law, the board has 180 days from Costanzo's retirement date to select a new superintendent. Now, last night, the board received 5 names to consider for the position. Those names are Dr. Vonda Beatty, former superintendent of the Walker County Board of Education, Dr. Richard Gardner, former superintendent of the Sheffield Board of Education, Dr. Carlton Smith, former superintendent of the Vestavia Hills Board of Education, Dr. Judy Stiefel, former superintendent of the Calhoun County Board of Education, and Dr. Joe Walters, former superintendent of the Tuscumbia Board of Education.
Alabama lawmakers are pushing a bill to change the age a child enters school from age 7 to age 6. State Representative John Merrill says if a child is not reading on grade level by the time they're in the 3rd grade, the likelihood of the child ever reading on grade level diminishes tremendously. Merrill saying the longer the family waits to put their child in school, puts the child at risk of dropping out of school at an early age. And Merrill says this law will give every child the opportunity to excel.
A child that's going to school as a 7-year-old for the first time, in every instance we've discovered, had to be placed in kindergarten because they're not able to function at a 1st or 2nd grade level. They don't know their numbers, they don't know their colors, they can't do any kind of math, they can't read, they don't have any of the mastery that other students that are their age already have because of their prior exposure to education.
According to Merrill, there are a number of children all across Alabama who would qualify for this bill.
Teachers, students, organizations, and city leaders filled Bryant Conference Center today to discuss what's best for West Alabama's children. Now, according to Teresa Costanzo with Tuscaloosa's One Place, this is the 6th year the conference has been held. Exhibits from social service agencies and nonprofit organizations were set up around the center. Costanzo says this is the biggest turnout they've ever had, which helps address issues statewide.
Different areas, there's just so many issues facing our young people, our children, our families, and this conference really looks at those issues, things like poverty and drugs and obviously the aftermath of the tornado. And those are issues that we're addressing today to see if we can not only educate participants, but maybe begin to think of some solutions.
And we will have much more on today's conference coming up tonight on WVUA News at 6. Well, it was a chilly start to the day, but this afternoon we saw a complete warm-up.
Was pretty nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Actually out there. And check this out. Nice sunset. If you're having a bad day, this should make it better. Just look at that. Gorgeous. Nice and clear out there right now. Will that change? Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott is joining us now to tell you.
Hey, Lynn and Terry, good Tuesday afternoon to you. By the way, something interesting about the sunset, it's a smoky sunset. If you've been outdoors, a lot of smoke in the area. A control burn happening down in Bibb County. It is a control burn, about 1,000 acres happening down in Bibb County. So some of that smoke traveling into the Tuscaloosa area. We're looking off towards the west, and there's Bryant-Denny Stadium. A very gorgeous sunset. It has been mild today after, as Terry said, that cold start. 67 this afternoon. Dew point temperature 49 as moisture levels begin to rise a bit. That means the lows tonight will be warmer. More cloud cover starting to move in from the southwest. Some showers will become possible late tonight. And here's that forecast tonight. 55 degrees, about as cool as it gets later tonight. A few showers are possible. What about the rest of your forecast? And how about the weekend forecast? More rain to talk about. Weather is coming up.
The Alabama Fire College in Tuscaloosa may soon be granted independence. Legislation by 2 Tuscaloosa County lawmakers would separate the college from its affiliation with Shelton State, although it would remain on the Shelton State campus under a long-term lease. Governor Robert Bentley met with legislators, fire chiefs, and representatives of fire service associations all across the state about creating a standalone institution. The Fire College has been in Tuscaloosa since 1936 and was on the University of Alabama campus, that is, until it moved under the control of Shelton State Community College back in 1980.
Local veterans got the chance to celebrate their recovery today. Today was Tuscaloosa VA Medical Center's 2nd annual recovery celebration. They celebrated various years of mental health recovery. Many patients suffer from anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder since leaving the military. The patients were also given coins for the number of years they've been working toward recovery from their illnesses.
On your election watch 2012, the stakes are high in today's Florida primary. The winner will get all of the state's 50 delegates and a chance to distinguish himself in a race that's had 3 contestants with 3 different winners. Greg Black has the latest.
Republican presidential candidates are on the ballot for today's Florida primary, but most recent polls suggest it's a 2-man race, with Mitt Romney way ahead.
With a turnout like this, I'm beginning to feel we might win.
And Newt Gingrich trying to catch up. Gingrich claimed to come from behind victory in the last contest, the South Carolina primary. Then the momentum was going for him. But Romney says the tides have turned in Florida.
In South Carolina, the crowds are good, but you can sense that it wasn't going our way. Here, the crowds are good, and you can sense it's coming our way.
Gingrich blames attack ads from Romney's camp for his trailing poll numbers.
There's nothing like $17.5 million of false ads to make a big difference.
Both candidates have traded barbs on the campaign trail, but Romney says he benefited from a strong performance in their last debate, while Gingrich admits he didn't do so well. He blamed that, too, on Romney.
The reason I seemed flat in the second debate in Florida is I have never seen a candidate for president that methodically dishonest.
Gingrich's campaign has already signaled it's looking beyond Florida to several southern states that have contests in March. I'm Greg Black reporting.